Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So we are going to work on that little EXP, the junker one that was sitting on the trailer outside. We're going to haul that to the shop and we are going to get the engine pulled out. That car is pretty rough, so hopefully I can get it on hoist with no problems. It looks pretty rough underneath, so it's got a lot of spray foam. I hate when people do that because they don't realize spray foam holds moisture and it just makes things worse. And I tell you what, he spray foamed the floor and it rotted that thing completely out. So we're going to take this thing to the shop. We're going to check it out and see what it looks like. Get that engine pulled out. We're going to try to pull the engine tranny together. Hopefully the half shafts come out. Because usually I remember back in the day those half shafts would not come out of those wheel ends, out of the spindles. Hopefully they'll come out because I would like to take the trans with it. Not that I really probably need an extra one, but you never know. Just to have it. So yeah. Okay, we'll get her hauled up there. We'll get her loaded up on the shop and see what she looks like. Alright, my EXP friends, we are taking this apart. This is the donor car. Get a little better shot at here. So we're doing it up at work. It's just easier on the lift. And this thing is rotted out completely. So we took it off the trailer and the back seat, or the front seat I should say, went through the floor. So this thing is just completely rotted out. Fun stuff. But we didn't get it for the interior. We are going to scavenge some parts off it and make it worth our while. So we're just going to pull the engine out of it and all that good stuff. We're going to take some of the plastic off and some of the other pieces. Anything we could use that would make it work. So that's what we're going to do with it. So what we're going to do is get this big bad 1.9 out of here. And I'm looking it over. I mean, what is somebody thinking? Look at this. You got, this is a breather tube, but you got it going down to the aspirator for the exhaust. I don't understand that. Was that a thing? I don't think so. Maybe. I kind of doubt it. So yeah. So we're getting some of this off here. I took some of this loose already. So check this out. I'm thinking, come on, man. I hate when I see cobbled up stuff like this. Really? Wire nuts? Come on, guys. Wire nuts is for houses, not for cars. This is all chewed up. So we'll have to get that fixed up. This engine's going to come out and I'm going to tear it down. And we're going to get it cleaned up. I'll have the head sent out, have it looked at. Make sure it's good. And we'll go through it. Transmission's leaking pretty bad, so we'll pull it out, but we're not going to use it. Got a newer alternator on it with that Ohio motorcycle license plate on. That's pretty cool for a heat shield. I like that. And the other thing I thought was cool, they put silicone on the timing belt cover. I thought, not sure what the purpose of that was, but there we go. This it's not even bolted down. Maybe they just siliconed it on just to keep it from going anywhere. I don't know. So there we have it. So what we're going to do is get this out and tore down, or at least get it out today. But this thing is sketchy. Once I get up in the air, I'll show you the bottom of it. You guys be like, I can't believe you put that on the hoist. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that myself, but it's got some major cobbling, and you'll see when I show you. I mean, check this out. We get an exhaust hanger. I mean, what the heck, man? This thing is cobble city. Surprised it even run. But that's cool. So we're gonna steal the hood off because the hood's in really nice shape. So I'm going to get some work on the engine done, and I'll bring you guys back and show you where we're at with it. Alright guys, we got this about halfway up top. So we got this all out. We got the battery box out. A lot of stuff I know we can use. She's rough. I tell you what, I don't know who had this thing, but my God, I have never seen so much cobbled up mess in all my life. I mean, this thing is cobbled up. We got trailer wiring plugged in. I mean, it's nuts. I cut all this out of here. They had trailer wiring going to the fans, and it's everywhere. I thought, wow. Of course, we got some major corrosion. This is on the body harness, so I'm not overly worried about it. I was going to take the body harness out, but it's kind of telling me just to leave it here. I'm not sure yet. Oh, here's some more of our trailer wiring. Yeah, they got this. They got it everywhere. It's like, yikes. Suitcase connectors? Okay. But, you know, I guess this is, like I say, this is what gets me, is like, come on, guys. I get it, you know. I can see if you're on the side of the road, it'll get me home. But I mean, that's like permanent fix stuff for this guy, whoever it was. Oof. So yeah, so we're getting there, slowly picking away. We're getting our license plate piece off here. See what that looks like. What do we got here? 97. Sweet. I mean, good idea for a shield, I guess. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna get the alternator off in it and a few other things. I'm just stacking everything up on the bench over here on the side, just way over there along the wall, putting everything over there. And yeah, so we're gonna pull this alternator off. And I think I'm going to wait and pull the fuel line off just in case there is some down there, because I might have to cut the exhaust down below. Nothing like having a fuel drip if it's any good, because that filter actually doesn't look that old. But looking at the oil filter in my car, whoa, that looks like it's been on there for a long time. I did spin the engine over. We did that before I started. I wanted to make sure I wasn't pulling out a seized up engine, but I was told, but you know how that goes, that it runs okay. So yeah, you can tell she's an oil leaker. That time belt, that belt's been on there for a minute. You guys know these are interference motors, so they belt brakes. She breaks more than the belt. We've got to do some valves and stuff. But yeah, so we'll get that cool looking dual header off there. Like I say, we'll get the alternator off and get a few things out of the way. And we're going to get this ready to pull up. I think I'm going to just try to pull it right out of the top with the trans and the whole thing together. So I'm going to just undo these mounts here. And I have a mount down here. I'm going to do from the bottom. You can kind of see it. And there's one in the very back. So we're going to do that from the bottom, but I'm just trying to get some of the wiring stuff out of here, some things I could use just to make sure, because like I say, this is going to the scrappy yard. So the continues, we're going to continue on this. I'm going to pull the horns out of it, because obviously I need to get that bolt out of there to get to that mount, and so on and so on. But like I say, I think we'll do the fuel end last. So I'm slowly working my way over, getting this engine harness out of the way. But man, it's just so much cobbled up stuff, it's like unbelievable. So hopefully the other car has a lot of nice stuff on it. So if not, yeah, that's gonna be a tough decision on what to do here, because like I say, a lot of this harness looks like it's been done into, and this here, I have no idea what they got going on here. I don't know. This looks like a fire waiting to happen. There's like a positive post in there. Yeah, but we'll figure it out here. Alright guys, I'll get plugging away and I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. I think I think it needs a set of brakes. I mean, it could be, yeah, this is, dude, check this out. So we can get this to move. That is whipped out. Tie rod's loose out here. Yes. I had to shake going down the road. Wow. So we're gonna get these half shafts out, and yeah, then we should be able to get the trans pulled out from there. So I get the other wheel off in it. So check this out. This is what I was telling you guys how rough this is. So see this here? They welded that plate in there. So let's take a look underneath. Yeah, I've seen some crude stuff before, but man, that's awesome. Like, wow. So yeah, we're just gonna go in and just cut those exhaust pieces off, and the rest of it I don't care. And that's how we're gonna zip this out of here. And we're gonna go and do that mount that's in the corner. But yeah, look at this thing underneath. I mean, it looks like an old trailer house underneath with the siding off it. Yeah, the floor is like gone. I'm talking gone. Whew, she's nasty. She's nasty. I mean, who goes through the work to do all that? I mean, you gotta really love the car to go through all that work. That's a lot of work to brace that up. I'm surprised I actually welded anything. That's what's shocking. He's got a hole drilled in there right up. He's got the control arm going right in that bracket. Amazing. Sketchy. This is the stuff you guys are on the road with. That's what's really scary. Like, dang. Alright, we'll get the rest of this apart. Alright guys, we are done underneath here. So we got the half shafts out. That wasn't too bad. And that line was rot off. We tried to take clamps off, which is typical. Got the speedo sensor out. We got these exhaust pieces off here. And we got the shift cable undone. What else we got? There's a bracket up top that's out. The side's off, the old axle shaft. So how these cars are is the sway link holds the, basically like your caster, so to speak, or your, just the back and forth of the wheel. That's not in there. The thing just flops back and forth. So it's I took that out to get the ball joint out, and yeah, so I had to put that back on. No big deal. So once again, you can see that makeshifty setup they got going there. So just kind of give you a quick rundown of the rest of the car underneath there. Look at the floorboards. Oh, there's no floors in this. The guy put spray foam in here. Isn't that crazy? Gas tank still somewhat intact. Get your pump over there. And we got the sweet Cherry Bomb exhaust on here. Check that out. Man, I should save the exhaust tip. So yeah, so it's pretty rough underneath there. So we are just going to probably peel these rear wheels off. Ooh, check out that worn out bushing. Yeah, this thing is super rough underneath there. Yeah, the floor, I mean, look at the body and the floor is separating. He's rotted right out. You got spray foam on everything. I don't know what that's all about. So there we have it. I think we've seen a filter in there. It's like a Craftsman filter. Not sure what that is. Anyways, so there's the bottom of it. She's rough. I was thankful we put it up on here for the hoist. It's actually really solid on there. This part of the subframe is actually very solid. It's pretty solid from here forward. Just the backside, and the rails are actually pretty good shape. These are actually pretty solid as well, surprisingly. So there we have it. She's ready to pull. I just got to do the fuel lines. I usually like taking those off last, especially if you just don't know what you're running into. So we drain the oil on. It actually didn't look that bad, considering. Look at the oil filter. Like, oh my god, tell me that's not true. Yo. Hopefully that was black and it's got surface rust on it. Okay. Alright, we'll get this down and we'll get a cherry pick over here and get this thing pulled out. Alright guys, we're going to wrap her up for the night. And we got this ready to go. So fuel's off, everything's done. We just got to throw a chain on it and we should be good to go. So we got everything out of the way. I still might take that alternator off. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But at this point, it's kind of cool how these mounts sit, because they sit flat. So once you lift it up, it basically just sits in a stud and out it goes. So we got all the bolts off, no problems there. So yeah, I think we're good. All went well, nothing fell, which is good. I mean, I was being ultra careful this whole time. If I heard any kind of creaks or whatever, I was getting ready to duck and dive. So because yeah, it's kind of sketchy underneath there. Obviously you saw that. So from there, we are all locked up and we are ready to go home. So we will see you guys in the morning and we'll get this thing pulled out. Alright, she is out of the hole. A little bit of a tight fit. I almost had to take the master cylinder off. Just because I left the mounts on. So you see this mount had to pull this way. This one had to pull the other way, and then you had your V mount up top here. Once I wiggled those out of the place, it wasn't too bad from there. So looking at her engine, she's crude, she's rough. She just spin over by hand pretty good. So we're alright. So we got a few things on the back side we need to fix up. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just tear this all apart. Just going to tear this all apart and go through it, and I'll see which is the best choice for engines to put back in it, because it definitely needs to be cleaned up. Check the fuel injectors, all that good stuff, and obviously we're going to have to check the pump in the other car, make sure that's good, and it may end up getting one, not sure yet. So we'll run with that, and what we're going to do is put this bad girl on a dolly and get it out of here. Okay, back at the homestead. Looking at the good car, it's amazing how nice the wiring actually is in this one compared to that car. It's like, wow, this actually is pretty nice shape. You see the other car that was completely rotted out down there, and all that good stuff. The wiring was completely corroded. The AC or the alternator wires are what they're supposed to look like, and just looms around because that wire comes around back and goes up to this solenoid. So everything looks like it should be on this one, except for the battery boxes in the back, which I don't know why they did that, and they put this here. I'm not sure what that was all about, but we're gonna put the battery back up front and get rid of that wire. I don't know if they had a stereo on it or something, who knows. And the other thing too I think is cool, this car actually has power steering, and there's the pumps in there where the other car was manual. So we're gonna go through and get these switched around, get this cleaned up now that I kind of have an idea what I'm looking at. And I gotta get these hinges out there because this hood does not shut and open worth of nothing. I might have to take the hinge out the other car because they put one bolt in there and it's got the hinge kind of jacked up. This hood's very hard to open. It hits the cowl and messes with that, and I really don't want to go through and have to weld a cowl in this. Alright, but other than that, this thing looks pretty good under here, so I'm pretty happy with this. But we're going to get her going here and see what happens. Well, we're not going to get it going. What am I telling you? We're not going to do that. So the other night we picked up some taillights. So those are really nice shape. I knew where a set was setting, so we went and grabbed those. So that's a good deal. Alright guys, I'll wrap it up for this video. And I'll have to do some research and see what else I can find. We'll see you guys. Thanks for checking out the channel. You guys have a good one.